Hey guys, Rumblysuperset here, back again, doing another analysis of Lane Adagio, this time CP, playing with Ben Tim 1. So at this point I was just kind of like asking him, like, what should I do? What's better for Adagio if you're going lane? And I was contemplating the battery or the crystal bit, and I was like talking to Ben, and Ben's like, you know, you get energy off your heal anyways when you burn enemies. If you hit the same target, you get the heal or the energy sustain through that means. So he's like, I usually get the crystal bit first. I'm like, okay. So I went crystal bit first. This is me and Celeste here in lane, duking it out. I'm just gonna keep my distance. With Adagio, it's not too hard because I have quite the range compared to other heroes. The beginning of the game is pretty boring so far. I mean, because like for the first like 4 or 5 minutes, it's pretty quiet. Not a lot of aggression going on. Lane, it says me, Celeste farming. Trying to get my last hits in there while keeping myself on my toes in case I do get engaged on from the Arden and Catherine, which is actually something I've been seeing quite often, is Arden jungle. Ben even said the same thing, that he's been seeing a lot of that lately. The jungle Arden is something that's pretty strong, just I don't know how viable it is. I would like to see it become viable because I love Arden, but it's something I've seen more of lately. Another one is the comp we're using right now is the Adagio, Rona, and the Arden, and we've seen it go against us quite a few times as well, and it really hurts because what happens is that Adagio turns into basically a secondary support slash offensive character, you know, carry, whatever you want to call it. And I get ganked by this Catherine and then the Arden, but I get to slow off, and I'm just like, okay, let me just poke you and then let you take my turret shots. It's not too hard to come back up from this too, because I can just heal, get my energy back too from the arcane fire. Not too bad. But yeah, it's the Adagio, Rona, and the Arden comp. What happens is that Adagio becomes a secondary support through the heals, because it's an immense heal because the CP ratio, and I'm going CP. Keeping Rona alive, allowing her to just do a ton of damage while keeping her basically in the fight without having to get out at all. She'll just do her spin, I top him off, and then Arden, you know, barriers him, and then he just never dies. Ben will never die as Rona. And it definitely works. And this is what I wanted to try, just because me and Ben were like, you know, let's record a video. And I was like, why do you do Adagio? So let's do that comp that destroys us sometimes. Here is really convenient. The Catherine went shopping, hit the scout check, gave me a vision. I did a few shots. As soon as she like realized what was going on, I rushed in there to use my arcane fire to slow and just finish her off using my B damage and my basic attack damage and just shredding her, because early game Adagio's B is really, really strong. I would even go as far as to say that it's almost slightly imbalanced, but it falls off late game a little bit more, so it's not too bad if you're not CP. If you're CP, it just stays pretty strong throughout the game. Alright, so just trying to work on my farm here. Celeste is... Well, what I was actually trying to do is I was trying to like work in some heals on my minions to see if I can deny some of the last sets that she was trying to get, and it wasn't really working out for me. But I was still continuing to try, because there's no point in not doing that, because I'm going to be doing it anyways to get my damage and my energy sustain. So I just figured I'd try to target the ones that are going to get hit right before they die. And then I rotate down. Ben was in a little bit of trouble, and I was just like, you know what, maybe we can get this Catherine. And this is where it gets a little bit weird. I'm like, I messed up right there. I'm like, well, great. And I'm like, well, here's, you know, Celeste. I have to like do something here, so I'm gonna kind of like keep my distance while trying to poke at the same time. And at this point, I'm like, you know what, I don't care about anything else. I need to get out. So I poured it right here, and then I stop. No, yeah, I do. Okay, and then Ben, I'm like, Ben, are you alright, bro? Because they're all right there. But luckily, he has the jump and he's good. I grab a couple scout traps too, because I want to make sure I have vision in lane in case I need it. I do think I put one in their brush, I believe. I don't remember, because I want to see if they're coming up for me, because I don't want to be ganked. And I should put one in my lane. If I don't, then I should have. But I don't remember if I did or not. I do tend to forget sometimes that I have my scout trap's on me, and that's an issue that I need to fix, but that's why I'm analyzing this gameplay, because I can see the things I do. Like right now, I should have already put that scout trap in my brush. Even though it's not necessarily needed, that's where I made a mistake right there too, is I pulled him back to the turret when I shouldn't have. I could have just taken him out. I don't know why I'm trying to avoid damage from a couple minions. You know, it cost me some gold. But yeah, see, I still haven't put the scout traps down. It's just, you know, this is bad for me. I should have already done it. So I think I maybe put one in theirs right here. Yeah, there it is. See, I think that was me again doing that whole, let's heal the one that's about to get the last hit again. So now I'm kind of trying to play safe. I want to poke in, but that was definitely a huge risk. I don't know if I would recommend doing that personally, because I didn't know exactly where everybody was, and I didn't know how if my team could respawn in time. But I still went in, and I could have died right there if they were positioned, you know, perfectly, which they weren't, fortunately. But again, that would have been a really big mistake if I did get caught out. And then right here, I think I do fine. Yeah. I take another Heal of Genesis here. Boom! The supernova. And then I take the snipe. This is where, that's the one thing I did really bad in this position, was because I could have just thrown myself a heal. And even though I got sniped, I may have survived, but I didn't. I was being very stingy with my energy, and I shouldn't have been. I should have just healed up. Oh well. You can't do everything 100% perfect 100% of the time. Such is life. So, I'm just going to go back to lane. Focus on my lane farm. I do check periodically. If you guys ever see me, I pull up the scoreboard to check my progress compared to the Celeste's CS, because I want to make sure that I'm at least somewhat nearby. Because then that kind of gives me an idea. It's like, okay, if I'm anywhere near Celeste, then I can kind of have a little bit of room to rotate down more often. But if I'm like super behind, then every time I rotate, it really hurts. Here's where I actually do rotate though, because I want to guarantee we get these kills. We do pick it up. Here comes Celeste. I think we do get her. She's kind of being crunched here by me and Ben. Well, not really. She would have been if Ben was right behind, but he was a little bit further behind than I initially thought. And then I almost died right there. Celeste actually could have got me, I think, but I don't know. I take some risks sometimes that I really feel like I need to be careful with, and you know, that really does hurt in the very end, that I keep taking those risks, because there are a lot of times where I do take this risk and people can like capitalize on that easily because they're so accustomed to the character they're playing. I think Celeste actually didn't get me, but they do get me right here. I was like, dude, how come the slow is so long? I'm like, what is this slow from Arden? Like, you know, I thought maybe it was because of the Vanguard. It's a combination of the Vanguard, and Catherine had a Shiver Steel, and that's why I pulled up the scoreboard real quick to see. I was like, what did he have? And like, it was a Shiver Steel. But yeah, so then I was like, okay. I started building towards a reflex block because I wanted to make sure that if I needed to get the stun to not take place, then I can block it. Because that does hurt. Alright, so I got my alternating current. I'm kind of going for like a hybrid attack speed CP build, so obviously alternating current would be the best bet here. I don't go any more attack speed. Alternating current is enough for me. I'm so used to it with Adagio, or not Adagio, with Ringo, that it's not too much of an issue. The Adagio stutter stepping is a little bit than Ringo's, a little bit more different because Ringo has the B to kind of up his attack speed, so I'm a little bit rusty with Adagio because I don't really lane with him much, but I think I managed just fine. Alright, very nice gauntlet by Xpod. I'm gonna kind of sit back. I have to take the stun because I need to get in there, so I just take the stun to the face. I try to get in there if I could, but then like I didn't want to get hit by the freaking supernovas. We do pick up one, but they pick up our tank, so I think it was alright though for us because we get to do some damage to this turret now. A little bit damage. Not much. I think I do get Arden here though. I'm like, quick, bye! And I'm like, Ben, Get out! And he's like, oh my bad, I didn't realize I was so low. And I was like, yeah dude, you would have died there if my freaking ultimate reflected more damage to you. God. So now like Celeste is dead, so now like I have a little bit of room to catch up on farm because I've been behind this entire game. But then, you know, it didn't matter anyways because Celeste clears is like far greater than mine regardless. I'm trying to use the arcane fire from my A and hitting those targets that get applied to get my energy back, and I get just enough to get another heal, which is fine. You know, it's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for an abundance of energy, but it's all right, not too bad. All right, so to get my ages, Celeste does hurt, so I get an ages. I prioritize that over damage, so I can stay alive a little bit longer and throw out heals or damage to Rona if I need to. I'm not trying to be the carry, but I'm happening to get a lot of kills. Alright, so at this point I do buff myself. Ben is low, I'm higher, so like I'm like, you know what? Let me go ahead and just buff myself. I throw some heals to Ben here, I think. Yeah, I think I did. No, maybe I didn't. I don't know. My alternating current is doing some work here. And I don't get Catherine just enough. Oh yeah, Ben's like, oh man, I'm so hurt. I'm like, look, I'll get you. I got you, man. I'll give you a heal. And then I somehow targeted the minion, and I'm like, whoops, my bad. He's like, thanks. I'm like, take it or leave it. So funny. Alright, so rotating back down. I got a little bit of money, so I'm probably going to shop seed. I'm probably just checking to see CS right there on Celeste. Those quick little glances at the score screen is generally me checking Celeste's CS because I'm one of those to kind of like be very meticulous when it comes to monitoring Celeste's CS or the enemy laner CS compared to my own. Like, it's something that's really important to me. If I'm really behind, then I kind of know how much I can handle in terms of being aggressive or not being aggressive. So she's like so far ahead, you don't want to be so aggressive because then we'll just destroy you in a fight, even if you guys are full health. You want to know the position of your enemy laner, like how far along they are in their builds, how much gold they have, how much farm they have, and then that can really formulate a plan around how you're going to engage. Like if you're going to focus them first in a fight, if you're going to focus the jungler first in a fight. Obviously, you never really focus the tank, but... Alright, so I max out my B and my A, or my B and my ult. My A I would max out, but I don't have enough points, so I have to decide. And I feel like the damage is nicer, and the ultimate damage as well is nice with the additional cooldown from it. I throw a heal to X-Pod, do my ult here. Catherine does block a lot of it, but I did do a little bit of damage there. We do take out Celeste. X-Pod's somehow surviving. He probably has a renewal in there. And Ben just does a bunch of twirly fun stuff. And twirly fun. I'm thinking he's Koshka now. But no, he's just twirling around, doing a bunch of damage, and I kind of somehow finished off 2 people while he got 1. So now we get a turret. I think we get actually maybe 2? I think we come close to 2. I heal the front minion now because I just figured that he'll be taking the hits from the turret, so I'll kind of let him take a few more hits there. Alright. And then Ben, I'm not sure if I should engage. I kind of like just go and then I back out. I'm like, no, let's just get out. I actually took that regen because it'll benefit me more because I can just heal Ben. And then I can get the regen from the heal. This was scary right here. God, dude, the stuns were nasty. The double stuns. But somehow I managed to stay alive, and now I'm buffing everybody, trying to take somebody out. I do manage to pick up Celeste. Just doing the poke I can. Heal Ben in case Catherine decides to go ahead and stun us. We're all pretty low. I'm just throwing heals out to Ben here. As soon as he gets this. I don't want to take the minion at this point. Then I get my Shatter Glass. My heal's gonna be a little bit heavier. Get my Piercing Shard. Work towards that Broken Myth. You can kind of go either or, Alternating Current and then Broken Myth, or you can go Alternating Current, Shatter Glass, and then Broken Myth. But I don't know. I feel like the Shatter Glasses is really nice because it helps my team with heals, which is important. Like I said, I'm not building so selfishly where I want all the damage. I'm building in a sense that, like, what's best for my team. Shatter Glass is best for my team. Broken Myth is best for, offensively, but as I said, in a team-oriented game, I think Shatter Glass was a better bet. Because even if I'm not doing the damage, then, at least Ben can utilize my B increase in damage and just use it on his own sake instead of me trying to use a Broken Myth. Alright, so I use my ult again. Bam! 633 damage. Arden just takes it to the face. I throw a heal to X-Pod to kind of keep him top off. And this is pretty much like we're destroying at this point now. 9-2-5, not too bad. At 111 farm, I'm still behind opposed to Celeste. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Alright, and then... Well, I think I just kind of back out at this point. That, or maybe... Oh, no, I actually do some damage to the turret. Okay. I figured I'd do something. I got it down to about half health, so that's not too bad. And now I'm just kind of Arden. I'm like, do. Like, alright, keep following me, man. So let me just throw this heal on him again. And then now, this really sucks for Arden because I take him out right there. Our Arden saved me right there because if I got hit by that without the barrier and then also the supernova, I think I would have been dead. If not very close to it. Again, we just poke and take out the Catherine at that point. A lot of slow for our team. Myself, Ben, and Arden. Ben having no stun, but I have a stun, and so does Arden. Kind of with the gauntlet. So we have a lot of CC. I started lagging somehow right there. I think X-Pod took notice of that. That's why he pinged me and started laughing. But yeah, that was kind of weird. So now I want to top off before I go in. Make sure that everything is good to go. That I'm not just like low in health. I have the energy, so why not use it? I give the heal to Kraken though, just to kind of keep him a little bit up, a little bit longer, and so I can apply it to people around him. I'm so glad that missed though. I'm so glad that ult from Celeste didn't hit the other two because that would have been really bad. Alright, so now I'm trying my hardest to keep Ben alive. So close, man. I actually should have healed myself instead of the Kraken right there. But my thought pattern was, let me just keep Kraken alive a little bit longer. That way I can guarantee that particular win. And GG. So that was the end of that. Not too bad. 13-3-5, 119 farm. We had 8,825 gold altogether, ahead of Celeste. So we actually did win, even though she had a lot more farm CS. We won in gold farm. Not too bad. We did pretty good, I think. Ben went flawless. GG. Hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you guys next time. Later.